Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, man. I did some rearrangement on the background. We got the people sitting down there about to get this lesson. I don't know these people. I pray them well. So, message. But Paul knew what Christians was going to do, cause a division. They had stirred up the house of Yah. So let's get into what exactly Paul said. So this is, if you want to go read it for yourself, 1 Corinthians 1:10 through 18. All right. So it says taking sides, right? Sidebar. 10. Now this is the actual verse. My dear friends, as a follower of our Lord Jesus Christ, we call him Master Yeshua HaMashiach, I beg you to get along with each other. Do not take sides. Always try to agree in what you think. So the problem is here. Paul is telling you so many of you are coming under these false pretenses and narratives. So many of you with all this vain works, with all this dividing. Paul knew what Christianity was going to do with his book. Paul is bigger than Yeshua, or Jesus, as y'all call him, in his own book. It's God's book. And the New Testament was about Yeshua, Jesus you call it. But somehow Paul has become bigger than Jesus. Several people from Chloe's family have also reported to me that you keep arguing with each other. Now he's talking to his people. He's like, what's going on here? 12. They have said that some of you claim to follow me, while other claims to follow Apollos or Peter or Yeshua, but you call him Christ, right? 13. Has Christ, Yeshua we call it, been divided up? Was I nailed to a cross for you? He's asking you Christians, you got to answer this. He's asking his people, he's asking these Christians. He's saying, when have I sacrificed for you? Why do y'all keep mentioning me? What have I did for you other than just give you an account, right? Were you baptized in my name? Question mark. I thank Yah that I did not baptize any of you except Crispus and Gaius. Let's read that again. 13. Has Christ, as you call it, been divided up? Was I nailed to a cross for you? Were you baptized in my name? I thank Yah, God as you call it, that I did not baptize any of you except Crispus and Gaius. 15. Not one of you can say that you were baptized in my name. So why y'all giving me all this glory? I told you who to get a glory to, but somehow you're ignoring me and saying, nope, we're not listening to that. You're our leader. Nope, we're not giving in to that. You're our leader. We're not going to follow that. You're our leader, right? That's what they saying. Nope, you can't take it back. You're our new leader, right? 15, not one of you can say that you was baptized in my name. 16, I did baptize the family of Stephanas, but I do not remember if I baptized anyone else. 17, Yeshua did not send me to baptize. All you preachers out there, oh, I'm supposed to come to baptize. We gotta baptize people. We playing in the rim that don't belong to you. So many people not being called and they out here deceiving. And he sent me to tell the good news, the gospel, without using words that sounds wise and would make the cross of Yeshua lose its power. Let's read that again. He sent me to tell the good news, the gospel, without using words that sound wise and would make the cross of Yeshua, Christ as you call it, lose its power. Yeshua done lost its power, or Jesus as you call it, with a lot of you guys. Why? Because you give in to vain things. He don't matter anymore. Paul is more important in the New Testament than Yeshua will ever be. And it's his book. The grace and the power and the mercy that he's going to show. This is the whole reason for this. But see, a lot of people don't get it. Paul has always been talking to the Gentiles because Paul also was a Hebrew, but it wasn't the Gentiles you think of. He was talking to the ones who was lost, right? He was talking to the ones that was lost in the hopes to find the ones that was lost. Paul wasn't talking to everyone. And somehow, they try to get everyone in there, but that's not what the Bible was for. The Bible had to go that way so that the lost children of Israel can receive the Bible. That's why he says the message is hidden. That's why he says there's a secret message in here. But anywho, Paul is tired of y'all. He's tired of y'all getting him in trouble. He's sick of it. That man can't even rest because he keep getting pinned against the wall. Clearly it says here you're supposed to be a follower of, it says Lord Jesus, but we call him Yeshua, Master Yeshua, Hamashiach. You call him Christ. I beg you to get along with each other, he's saying. I beg you. This man is pleading you to get along. Stop it. Do not take sides. You don't even know you're going to be judged for that. Always try to agree in what you think is right. Pretty much, he's telling you always try to agree with what you think is right. And if it's not right, then don't argue about it. Just go your separate ways. They have said that some of you claim to follow me. It's a dangerous game. While others claim to follow Apollos or Peter or Yeshua. But see, I got he said it right here. Has Yeshua been divided up? Was I nailed to a cross for you? He's telling you, were you baptized in my name? I thank God, I thank Yah that I did not baptize any of you except these two. You have to stop the division, the dividing. You got to stop it. Look at this. Christianity today, right? Look what this says. Damn devils. This is not right. The Bible says has no image. Jesus versus Paul. Many Bible scholars have noted that Jesus, Yeshua as we call it, preached almost exclusively about the kingdoms of heaven, while Paul highlighted justifications by faith and not vice versa. Many Bible scholars and lay Christians have noted that Jesus, Yeshua, preached almost exclusively about the kingdoms of heaven, while Paul highlighted justifications by faith. This is why Paul said what he said. This is why he said what he said, because he knew it was going to be flipped on him. So many people have made Paul their God. He's bigger than Yah and Yeshua. And so many people is going to hell. And I don't know if Paul is going to be in trouble for this. And he ain't do anything. They made him a God. And not vice versa. Some conclude that they preach two different gospels. Others argue that really they both preach justification. Still others say it's all about the kingdom. What gives? No, click the video to blah, 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 blah. I grew up on thoughts. And in the Apostle Paul, his letters were the heart of our Bible. This is a Christian. His letter was the heart of their Bible, not Yeshua's letter, not the accounts of Yeshua, not the glorious thing. It was the salvation. I'm zooming in for y'all. We gonna get to the meat of this thing. Plus, I ain't got no glasses on. Was the heart of the Bible from the time I began praying. Was the heart of the Bible from the time I began paying attention to my pastor's ceremonies. I can only recall sermons on 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians is what he's saying. The whole Bible verse by verse, week by week. They wouldn't go anywhere else. And Ephesians, they just stayed in 1 Corinthians, the whole book, verse by verse, week by week. In Ephesians, they said the rest that we don't need. Get rid of old, get rid of new. We know this is Christianity and how they do it. I do not recall a series on any of the gospel or on Yeshua, Jesus. He said, I do not recall a series on any of the gospel or on Jesus. Yeshua as we call it. He can't even name off any other Bibles. The only one he know is Corinthians and Ephesians. exemptions. He can't name off anything else. There were 2 annual exemptions to our Pauline focus. At Christmas, we heard a ceremony on one of the narratives about Yeshua's birth, Jesus' birth, they say. And during Holy Week, what is Holy Week? We got something on Yeshua's death. That will be the resurrection. Jesus' death, as you call it, and resurrection. We were Pauline Christians. They were Paul Christians, and not one bit worried about it. So they stood bold in the fact that all they cared about was Paul. They was Pauline Christians. They was Paul's Christians. They have made Paul a god. I learned to think and believe and live in Pauline's fashion. Everything was filtered through Paul. Wow. That's deep, bro. That's wow. Wow. Which we already knew. Acts 14:11 through 13. Paul and Barnabas are called God, then stoned. 11. The people saw what Paul did. They called with a loud voice in the language of the people of 11. The people saw what Paul did. They called with a loud voice in the language of the people of Lystonia. The gods have become like men and have came down to us. 12. They said that Barnabas was Jupiter. You can't make this up. Paul was Mercury because he spoke more than Barnabas. The god of Jupiter was in a building near the gate leading into the city. The religious leader of that place brought cattle and flowers to the gate. Him and many other people wanted to burn these as a gift and a act of worship to Paul and Barnabas. Wow. And it just didn't stop. They low-key accepted him more than they did Yeshua. Alright, so let's keep going because I went in deeper because they gave us. Paul and Barnabas preached in Iconium. 14. In the city of Iconium, Paul and Barnabas went into the Jew place of worship. They preached with power, and with many people became Christians. These people were Jews and Greeks, but the Jews who did not want to believe worked against those who were not Jews. They made them turn against the Christians. Paul and Barnabas stayed there a long time preaching with the strength that the master gave. Yah helped them to do powerful works when they preached, which showed he was with them. The people of the city were divided. Some were on the side of the Jews, some were on the side of the missionaries. All the people and leaders tried to hurt them and threw stones at them. So there you have it, where they threw stones at them. And this is why Christians grab a hold of Paul. I'm surprised Barnabas ain't being worshipped with him. This is why they grab a hold. At that time, Hebrews had got out of there. They had left Jerusalem and started migrating. And that's why it says Greek nor Jew, or Jew nor Greek, because a lot of them spoke the language of Greek. A lot of them was over there in Greek territories. A lot of them had walked in the Greek tradition, and when you step out of the land, then you become what? A Gentile. You're a Gentile because you're no longer in where the rest of the Jews are. So they didn't know that people had left. That's why Paul said, are they Jew? I'm Jew too. And he gave the tribe from where he's from. They was going to kill him, Paul, and he started speaking the language. And they was like, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, where did he learn this from? All right, Proverbs 26:4-5. John 12:42. Nevertheless, among the chief ruler, that's Yeshua Mashiach, also many believed on him. But because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogues. They were so much worried about church. They were so much worried about the image They were so much worried about looking the part to where they knew that Yahshua was him that was sent, but they didn't care because they was too busy focusing on what would my family think? What would people think? And that's the Christianity mindset. They focused on Paul. They preached the same, but somehow they was able to take Paul and twist this message and go, I like Paul's message better. And this is what the whole Christianity movement is. It's them taking it and twisting it or fitting their narrative into Yahshua and saying he loves us all, when he clearly said, I don't agree with you all. Hold on, I don't agree with what y'all do. I don't agree with what y'all think. I don't agree with any of it. But they say, yes, you do. You love us. We Christians, right? Yeshua just sit back like, why me? And I'm sure Paul is doing the same thing. Like, why me? Like, what? Come on, y'all. I'm sure he cries. I'm sure Yeshua cries. Because it's like this was never the point. So many of his children, he got to watch them live this lie. He got to watch them live in their folly. And it's like, well, we did it to ourselves. Yes, we did. But also the people he has sent, you're playing with them. That's why the Bible says don't add or don't take away from this Bible. And that's what they do. They go, oh, you will be my God. You're my God. So Acts, I'm finna wrap this up, 16:37. But Paul said, what they say? But Paul said, let me make this bigger real fast. This is exactly what they say. Boy, praise Yah. I'm going to leave that there for a little bit. Hold on. Let me make that the screensaver. But Paul said unto them, I love how that was switched. But Paul said, no, I'll play it. But Paul said unto them, they have beaten us open uncondemnedly, being Romans, and have cast us into prisons. And now do they trust us, or do they thrust or privily ? Nay, verily, but let them come themselves and fetch us. He said, if they want us, come and get us. Now I'm done, y'all. I'm done. It's just a shame, man. We can never find love, and we will never find love. Everything under the sun is coming under Christianity, but the Hebrews. For some apparent reason, Israelites, we all can't get along. We can't, because you can't serve two masters. I get it. You either hate one and love the other. There's two masters going on here, and there will be a fight, and we're going to see who will prevail. But us that's in this truth already know who's going to prevail. You just got to stay alert, stay watchful. Don't deny the master. Don't deny his power. You would die if you do, or he's going to deny you if you deny him. So when he get in front of his father, he's going to deny you. We have to see this thing from a place of love. Paul is tired of people beating him. He's tired of, but Paul said, every day this man, and y'all just look at him and go, there go another one. I just lost another child. There go another one. But y'all ain't lost none. And I remind myself of that daily. It's sad that even now amongst us, the Hebrews, we fight like nobody business. No one can come together, and Paul's begging you. Since Paul's your God, Paul is telling you, I am not it, but you're saying you are it. But Paul said, I am not it. And then when they can't fall on Paul, they go, but Jesus. But really their Jesus is their Paul. There's been plenty of time. I know so many Christians that don't know anything. They can repeat 5 or 6 Bible verses, and after that, they're done. There's no other way. They have no other. You like trap them in the corner. They go, what? Wait, where's say that in the Bible? And then you show them, oh man, I've been lied to my whole life. And it's like, we all have. We all have. But we're waking up. Accept this. But some people can't accept this. Why? Because it sounds hurtful to the ears. Their ears bleed when they hear this truth. Why? Because they'd rather stay in the world. I had a Hebrew not that long ago was like, hey, I'm playing video games. Who want to play with me? And the game he was playing, he named like a group of games he had. And I said, man, look, I just screenshot it. And sometimes I get like Jonas. I'm like, no, I ain't doing it. They gonna chew me alive, and y'all go do it. And I go, oh man, but I do it. And this man told me, he said, witchcraft in that game. It literally said season 1 or witchcraft was introduced season 3 or something. And it said that they chant in the game now, and it's all kind of demons. It's Fortnite. It's all kind of stuff. They got potions, magic potions. And I shared it with him, just straight Google shot. Like, here you go. And he said, oh, you know how they say, what you mean, brother? He said, my faith level too strong for that, bro. I ain't, no, they can't get me with that. It's in the game, bro. You think you're stronger than the devil? Okay. But anyways, that's just what it is. So a lot of us don't want to give up Halloween. A lot of us don't want to give up their way of living. They don't really want to have to follow or listen to Yah. They don't want to have to listen. There's a war, and I've been saying this for a very long time. That's why 2/3 is going to die and only 1/3 will make it. Because when you really boil down to the truth, nobody really wants to sacrifice. Everybody wants reward. And with that being said, Shabbat Shalom, because this might come out Saturday. Shabbat Shalom. Love y'all. Stay with y'all. Be blessed. Let me know if you like the background thing. Let me know if I should keep switching it. I don't know what y'all like, but stay with y'all. Be with y'all. We out. Peace. I don't know why I said we out. I'm by myself, but peace, 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 peace. Love and blessings to you and yours.